Oh, yeah, we can. Do you know where? Is it back there? Line out. Oh, yeah. How's the volume? Okay.
Hey, yeah, we are marching on.
You got it. Awesome. Real tech today.
with the strength of surrender. I am marching on. And we sing our praise today, that we get to live in this amazing place, and we get to see the truth of life unfold through our love. Hey, yeah, we are marching onward. Hey, yeah, I am marching on, moving with the strength of clarity. I am God informed. Hey, yeah, I am marching onward. Yeah, I am marching on, moving with the strength of surrender. I am God informed. I am God informed. I am God informed. I am God. Hey, I'm marching onward. Hey, we are marching on, moving with the strength of surrender. I am God informed. I am God informed.
Good morning, everybody.
I am marching on. And indeed, in this morning, as we welcome another warm day, yes? Let's hear it for the warm days, huh? Let's see if my mic will come on. Hello, Mike. Would you like to come on? Yes? Ah, there she is. I think she's coming. No, you're good. Okay. You're on. I'm on. So it is indeed a good day in the neighborhood, and indeed the heat has been a bit challenging. But each of us knows that we are here at this spiritual community, Unity of Gainesville, Florida, for the perfect moment for each of us. Whether it is an expectation or reason that it's like your neighbors, perhaps each of us are as unique as our fingerprints, but we all know we share one thing in common. We are here to embrace this path of love, this path of wholeness, this path of well-being. And I know that sometime during the music or the message today, something will touch your heart, and it will be a guiding light, a nudging for you in the week, to remind you that indeed love is and all is well. And to those online, hi, and your presence is greatly appreciated. Here we always delight in welcoming newcomers. So I want to first check in. If you would be so kind just to raise your hand, we are going to offer you a packet of information as well as a rose, feeding your heart and feeding your mind. And so just let the prayer partner, Jackie Tatum, and our Reverend Ryan, welcome you. And we all know that our charge when we go out into the gathering room is to not so much stand with our best friend, but to go over to those newcomers and to just welcome them into the family. And the next piece is to remind ourselves why we're here. We choose this community out of so many because of the focus that we carry here. And those are stated in our mission, vision, and core values. So the vision is right here posted for us to see, so we can speak this together. Centered in divine love, we joyfully create a world united in positive spirituality. Our mission, through prayer, meditation, spiritual education, and service, we put God's love into action. Core values, we speak them as we own them. So mindfully take a breath and own these statements. I am spirit-led. I am love. I am generosity. I am gratitude. I am inclusivity. And this morning we continue to explore the wonders of the throat chakra, the fifth chakra of this year's theme. And it embraces the power of the voice in a word. When that chakra is open and balanced, it fosters clear and honest communication. It fosters confident self-expression. And it also, beautifully, strengthens our ability to listen as well as to be heard. And so the color of the candle and the color of my wardrobe today, blue, represents the color of the fifth chakra. And now, Reverend Ryan.
Hey y'all, what's up, what's up? I said, what's up? Y'all surprise me every time. Like about 5 till, it was like 4 people in here. And I was like, okay, Lucy, we rocking, you know, it's gonna be us. And then boom, look around. Do me a favor, y'all, look around and see what love looks like. Yes, looking cute today, love. Got the makeup right today, love. Love is looking good today. And we are met by this beautiful rain. Talk about timing. Okay, we got it nice and dry, and then the sky said, I got y'all. Y'all looking too cute today. So this is our moment we call our evocation. Can we say evocation? And evocation is simply saying we know what it is. Evocation is like oxygen is in the air. And evocation is like it's hot, right? And so we're simply, in our evocation, acknowledging a couple of things. And so I invite you to take a cleansing breath now. And every time I hit the gong, I invite you to take that breath. So we hit the gong for the first time, affirming that there is only love. Let's take that in. And that love goes by many names: God, divine, consciousness, infinite names. In this moment, we affirm that there is only that. And so we hit the gong for the first time for that reminder. We hit the gong a second time, affirming that if there is only God, love, consciousness, then who are we? We are love, consciousness, God. We are it. And so we hit this gong a second time, affirming that we are the articulation of what we call love. The sky agrees with that rain. And we hit the gong a third and final time, affirming that if there is only God, love, and we are the articulation of that God, love, then what do we do about getting caught in the rain? You get wet. Having to replace a roof that was unanticipated. The bill that came out of nowhere. What do we do about that stuff? We take all of who we are, all that consciousness, into everything we experience. And so we hit the gong a third and final time, affirming the reminder to bring who we are into everything we encounter. And so it is.
Open your eyes, see God in everything. Open your eyes. I am here. I am here. Open your eyes. See love in everything. Open your eyes. I am here. I am here. I am the joy that flows inside. I am the light that lights your life. I am the presence deep inside who knows you as the love you are. Open your eyes, see God in everything. Open your eyes, I am here, I am here.
Thank you, Lucy. So usually we got Sam and Lucy, but we got Lucy holding it down. Come on, Lucy. Okay? You got this. Sam is out of town, so Lucy is holding it down, and she brought her mom. Can we say, hey, Mom? What's up? What's up? Welcome. So if you're new to Unity, we like to party up in here, and we'll find any reason to do that, okay? And so one of the ways we do it is just by acknowledging each other in this space. Do we have any birthdays that we celebrated last week? Any birthdays? Okay, okay. Do we have any anniversaries that we celebrated last week? Okay. Any milestones? Can we say, I'm here? That's a milestone, okay? All right. Oh, come on, Gary, what you got?
Gabriel is out of the hospital. He's back at his apartment, and he's being monitored and waiting for me to get there. And I got my visa application, so we're waiting to go.
There it is. That's a huge milestone. If y'all know, we've been praying for Gabe these past couple weeks, and Gabe is in that healing journey. One more thing, what you got?
I want to thank everybody for your donations. This church community, Spirit community, has been so generous. And with the donation just from last week, paid all of his current hospital bills and helped him get moved back to his apartment. So it's amazing. Thank you all.
We love you so much. And just know, y'all, that love expresses itself in a lot of ways. And so last week, we were talking about how abundance shows up. And abundance isn't always just money, right? Because we can get from here to Paris without money. Somebody might have extra miles. The airline might have a voucher. There are so many ways in which we can get where we think we want to go, and the universe says, watch me work. And by universe, I mean us, the expression, the articulation of all that creativity. And so what we're experiencing is Gabe's healing journey, and we're watching it in real time. So wherever Gabe is, we love him. All right, we're going to FaceTime him. Do we have anybody in our community? This week may have been a little week where you figured out, oh, I didn't know I had that muscle. Where is that 8 coming from? Yes, I see some hands. Okay. I discovered I have like a muscle back here in my back. I'm like, whoa, okay. All right, and lastly, we understand that we have many in our community who are moving through a grieving journey. And so grieving, we know, has no finish line. And so we just want to wrap our arms around all of our loved ones in this space who are moving through whatever phase they are in their healing journey with grief. So during our evocation, we do a thing where we affirm that there's only God. And so that means we got the ability, the gift to heal and love. And so we're going to just rub your hands together like you're getting ready for a good meal. And I want you to extend your hands to those around you. And as you send this love, I want you to be ready to receive it. Y'all take a cleansing breath for me. Repeat after me. We know you for who you truly are. God in expression. You are perfect just as you are. We celebrate you and we wrap our arms around you on your sacred walk. Now keep your hands up. Just kind of glance at somebody. Hey, girl, what's up? I see you. What's up? What's up? Yo, yo. What's going on? So we light this candle. This is our unity candle, our oneness candle. But this is a symbol of all of who we are. So if one of us is celebrating, we're all celebrating. And so we light this candle as a symbol of our unity. And then we also light this blue candle because for the next several weeks, we are honoring our throat chakra. Can we say throat? And look down. If you happen to be wearing blue, just see if you're wearing blue. It might be a little dot, okay? Just know today might be the day where you might have to say something that needs to be said. I'm just saying, okay? So we're going to light our blue candle for our throat chakra. And so it is.
The next piece is called Community Highlights. And I just want you to know that if you weren't here to play with us with the karaoke, that was just a lot of fun. So just say howdy. For those of us who were there. Some of us got up to embarrass ourselves beautifully. Some of us actually handled ourselves very well professionally. Okay, I gotta say, and the Travis family showed up in complete wholeness, let's say. We had the littlest one, no, not the littlest one, actually it was Kenya. Kenya was singing her own song while her family was singing a different song. Yeah, and it all came through beautifully, yeah. But anyway, many, many good things coming, and I'm just gonna focus on the most immediate. Please know that if you're digitally minded, everything is online, both on the website, unitygainesville.org, and on the weekly newsletter. Please see Star to get your self-subscribed. If you haven't been yet, it's simple, it's easy, it's quick. And if you are analog mind, you have everything just exactly the same, posted in the hallway or out in front of the church. Okay, so the first thing is today. Please come to our prayer clinic, and that's happening right after service today. We will interactively practice a process that is demonstrating how to shift from our human concern to the divine possibility. In unity, this practice is called denials and affirmations. And at these times, it's essential to me that we know how to shift our focus from negativity to more life-affirming, positive outlook. We've got plenty of opportunities to do that in the world we live in now. There will be, with Reverend Marcy, starting this week, youth camp, and there is a, do you want to do it? Okay. The Creative Circle, and it's going to go from all day, 9 to 3, coming up this week. The special daily rate, $50 coupon code. It is the YOU for Youth of Unity, 50. And so you see that here, down here, the coupon code. And it mentions the time as well as the location is here. It's ages 6 to 11. And it will give us an expression of that greatness, the divinity that is in every child and in each of us. But the work that Reverend Marcy does is to get the child to experience that greatness within themselves by doing activities that align to their creativity. And so we also, because as we mentioned in our statement, we do spiritual education. And so the spiritual education will be the next slide, Bhagavad Gita class that is going to be online, on Zoom, on Thursday nights. And that is our new summer book club. And it will be starting on the 7th, that's this week, 7 to 8:30 on Zoom, facilitated by our LUT, Carla Palma. And if you wish to get the book for that, make sure you get it by the editor, Eknath Eswaran, because that is the version that she has chosen to use for this class. And then finally, Carla is also supporting us by helping us with the membership class on August 16th, which is the next week on a Saturday, 2 Saturdays away, and that is from 10 until 12 o'clock, or 12:30. I'm not sure. What does the sign say? Okay, so it's 12 o'clock. Just make sure that you let her know that you want to come to the class, because she'll be getting you the information, and she may be creating packets for you. So it helps her to know who's coming to class. And I am going to simply move into the final piece, which is the spiritual inspiration. And I'm going to come off where I can read it because I get blinded by the lights up there. We are focused, as we mentioned, on the throat chakra. And I chose to share a poem, they call it a song, a nabanga, by a divinely inspired voice of the 12th century India, the poet Saint Kabir. He was revered by many traditions, Muslims, Hindus, Hasidic Jews, for his words both describe and reflect that state of being merged in eternal being and having the throat chakra completely open. It comes from the text, well used, well loved by me, the Songs of Kabir, and the translator is Rabindranath Tagore, very well known if you know anything about Indian literature. It begins with the first statement. That first statement is the whole poem. The Lord is in me. The Lord is in you. As life is in every seed. O servant, put ego away and find that within you. A million suns are ablaze with light. The sea of blue spreads in the sky. The fever of life is stilled. All stains are washed away. When I sit amidst that inner world, hark to the unstruck bells and drums. Rains pour down without water. Thank you for the rain. And the rivers are streams of light. One love it is that pervades the whole world. Few there are who know it fully. They are blind who hope to see it by the light of reason. That reason is the cause of separation. The house of reason is very far away. How blessed is Kabir that amid this great joy he sings within his own vessel. It is the music of the meeting of soul with soul. It is the music of forgetting sorrows. It is the music that transcends all coming and going.
Really quick, what I'd like to do, before we shift into prayer, I want to acknowledge somebody really special. Y'all hang tight. So a moment ago, I was looking in my calendar to figure out exactly when Reverend Marcy and I started meeting. And I couldn't quite place it. I think it was maybe March or February. And so, as many of you know, it takes a lot to run a nonprofit. And then imagine put spiritual community on top of that. Okay. And so these past several weeks, as we honor our 50th year of existence, we've been honoring all of our volunteers. We've been honoring Miss Gwen, who's been serving the kids as one of our pillars. We've been honoring our board. And we want to acknowledge that there's a lot of work that comes from every last one of us in this space. I'm looking at Bill here. I'm gonna stop calling names before I get in trouble, right? But there's so much, and we all show up to the space in our own way. And it comes without any kind of expectation for any return. We have anchors in the bookstore. We have classes that pop up. We have classes that have been ongoing. We have prayer support. Y'all, it goes on and on. Don't even get me started on the grounds, how the grounds are beautified, and then us just holding space by being here. On and on. And then you have people like Reverend Carla Palmer, who does so much work for the Unity movement, and we're blessed, gifted to have her in our presence. And along the way, I remember Sally and I, we've been coming to Unity for about 3.5 years. Every single Sunday, there was an affirmation that the Sunday service leader did. It was about a paragraph-long affirmation. And it said, just the right people will be attracted to us at just the right time, with just the right gifts. And we would hear it every week. And for whatever reason, our place became a passer-through, a passer-buyer, right? I remember when it was 7 of us on Zoom. And then it was a big thing when we came back on person after COVID. It would be aisles with 2 chairs, and it was about 12 of us. And y'all, we were cooking with hot grease when 20 people started showing up. And without fail, at the end of the service, when we get in our big circle and we hold hands, we always look around and say, wow. And I want every last one of y'all to know that you play an integral part in our evolution, in our growth, at whatever phase you've been coming, because we are affirming that your very presence is a part of a planetary shift. Because when we align ourselves with a singular intention, which is to make our world better, we become a bullet. That's a strong word. You know how much power is in that little piece of metal, that little piece of steel. But as a unit, that's who we are. And what we're giving to the world is a shift. And so along the way comes Reverend Marcy, okay? As many of us have been popping through, and Reverend Marcy has given so much to this space and has become a friend and a collaborator. And Friday was the conclusion of our summer series. So we had a young musician showcase. We had about 130 kids, high school students, rock bands. This place was packed. All of us wish we had earbuds because they blasted the roof off, okay? But it was amazing seeing that kind of energy in here. And we showed up for those young people. And then we had poetry nights. We had children's workshops. And then we had karaoke night on Friday night. And y'all, whatever you got in mind for karaoke, I want you to think professional. Because the brother who showed up, this whole situation was like, okay, we got to bring him back. And I need y'all to know that it was a party up in here. Lights was off and everything. And that was the conclusion of our summer series. And a lot of this brainstorming happened with Reverend Marcy. And so I just want to take a moment to just publicly say thank you, Marcy, for all that you've done for us, okay, and all you continue to do.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We love you. Thank you, Marcy. Okay, can we stand? Can we stand? Let's get that blood flowing. All right, y'all. So I love what Rupali said about our prayer, because here at Unity, we don't solicit a vending machine. We don't say, come on down, I'm good, I've been a willing servant, right? You seeing me, right? We don't do that. We do what's called an affirmative prayer. And if you want to learn more about that today at 12:30, we have our prayer clinic. And just like lawyers who go to a law clinic and physicians go to a space where they practice medicine, it is a practice. It is a perpetual practice to learn how to not pray outside of us, but to affirm that if we say God is everywhere, then there's not a yearning to be had. And so in this moment, we're going to do our opening prayer. Can we do that? Okay. I invite you to close your outer eye if that's your practice. Just take a cleansing breath. And I want you to allow your arms or hands to just face upward as if you are about to receive something. Maybe it's a hug. And I want you to find those feet grounded beneath you and give yourself a secret bend behind your knees if you need it. And in this moment, we are simply affirming the truth of who we are. Let's take a breath. In this divine moment, we affirm that we are divine beings with the light, with the purpose, with the direction, with the clarity, with the love of all that is around. We harness it as who we are. And we bring forward whatever it is that is in our journey. Whatever may feel like the current challenge, we shift that word into opportunity, because it is here for us, for our loved ones, for our expansion. I want you to bring forward a name, a loved one, a community, and allow that name, loved one, or community to just roll off your tongue, whatever that name is. We spoke the word for these names, for these people, for these communities, and we hold them in the highest degree of love and possibility and strength and courage and resilience and power, because they are that, just as they are. Not at some future date when something works out, not when they get a prognosis or they see the doctor, not when this other thing happens, but here and now, just as they are. They are perfect. They are perfect. They are loved just as they are. Now I want you to see that person, that loved one, that community wrapped in love. And I want you to know that you are a part of that process. I want you to take a cleansing breath. And I want you to say, and so it is. Y'all, that's my favorite part of a prayer. And so it is. It's like you take the candy out and you toss the candy wrapper. And so it is. It's done. This thing is done. And so it is. You may be seated.
Should we open our throat chakras? Y'all's part is 2 words: I am. If you came on the retreat with us, you'll know the rest of it, so you can sing the whole thing. And if you're a fast learner, you can sing the whole thing too. I am the power of the divine. I am the ancient wisdom inside. I am the one awakening life. I am one, I am all, I am. And then your part. I am, I am, I am. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. I am the power of the divine. I am the ancient wisdom inside. I am the one awakening life. I am one, I am all, I am. Your part. I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am the power of the divine. I am the ancient wisdom inside. I am the one awakening life. I am one, I am all, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. A little word. You're singing to feel something in your body. You're not worried about the person next to you. You're worried about how good it can feel. Can you open up a little more? Can you relax a little more? That's the secret to having more fun and to making the most of your voice. I am the power of the divine. I am the ancient wisdom inside. I am the one awakening life. I am one, I am all, I am. Here's your chance. I am, I am, I am, Sing it for yourself. I am, I am, I am. Sing it for a loved one. I am, I am, I am, I am. Sing it for your heart. I am, right for your heart. I am, 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 I am.
Thank you so much, Lucy. I am. I am. That reminds me, so a quick disclaimer. As y'all know, I love me some disclaimers, okay? We are in the throat chakra. The throat chakra. And as we've been exploring this entire year, chakras are simply a way to gauge what's happening in our body temple. And chakras are nothing more than, dare I say, a fancy word that's been around for a couple thousand years that acknowledges what we already know to be true. And so many of us know when I say, my gut told me, or something told me, or I didn't quite feel like I should. We know that, right? Those words are simply acknowledging the universal truth that there's a space in our heart, in our stomach, where we feel something. And so chakras is merely a word that acknowledges we have different areas in our body that have these concentrations of energy. And so we are in the space of throat chakra. Last week I asked y'all, what does throat come up? And so one of the words that came up was power, voice. And then I asked, what is the absence of a powerful voice? And we heard raspy, we heard congestion. And so we acknowledge that whenever something is amiss, we see it as a condition to be healed, right? In other words, if somebody has congestion, we're trying to figure out how to support them or we stay away, right? But we acknowledge that something is amiss. And what we brought forward last week was, what if we had the ability to catch each other when we weren't speaking our truth? As easy as it is to hear somebody congested, what if we could also hear somebody not speaking their truth? What if we had that ability? And what we affirmed is we do have that ability. We have that ability so much that we choose not to speak it when we see it happening in real time. But sometimes we don't say it to the person because we acknowledge we're all in a delicate dance. We're all dancing around feelings and what are they going to think of me? And what happens if this happens? I won't be able to take that back. And so we're dancing around the nuance of what might come to pass if we speak our truth. And then the last thing we left with last week was truth doesn't come from this mental capacity. It's not when you've deliberated on a thing. It's not when you've held on to that thought and traced back the multitude of possibilities and the nuance of that conversation. Their eyebrows are raised and then they check their pocket. It's not us rehearsing what happened and then we come back with an anecdote. It's not that. That's not our truth. Our truth is actually this place that we were in earlier. This breath, this awareness, this stillness. It is in that place that truth, with a capital T, comes forward. It's when we take a breath and we acknowledge, oh, my ego is involved here. Or, oh, I'm wanting to protect my image. Or, oh, I'm acknowledging that me saying this will hurt somebody. It's when we take that moment of cleansing breath, and it's from that field of possibility that truth can be said and received with love. And so the invitation for the throat chakra is to simply acknowledge that when we speak, it is from that deep well of strength and power and clarity. That's where we speak from. And so here I am for the Sunday talk, and I am going to practice what I preach, okay? And what that means is the throat chakra is calling for me to speak about unity in its foundations and where we are as a community, right? So here we are. Earlier this week, I was listening to a spiritual teacher. I'll tell you his name next week. You know how you get so much, your YouTube is just a constant stream of stuff. I was listening to this spiritual teacher, and he said that when we have stress, he likens it to a steel beam. The kid's having fun. He likens it to a steel beam in that if you take a steel bar and you try to contort one element in one direction and that bar in the other direction, that steel beam is experiencing stress. You're imposing stress on that beam. Does that make sense, y'all? And what he says is, in the same way, when we experience stress, it's because we have two conflicting ideas, right? We have two choices One choice is, I don't want to go to work. The other choice is, I got bills to pay. So the stress, those polar opposites, what we're experiencing is actually the conflicting choices, if you will, right? And so his argument is, we can choose to not stress. And what I thought was especially powerful was when he talked about anxiety. He said, what anxiety is the tip of the iceberg, because what we've done is throughout our months or years, we've collected so many stress points that we can't even identify what's at the top. So the only thing that's emerging is this field of anxiousness. But if we look deeper at the individual elements that's causing that stress, is actually choices. Does that make sense? I thought that was powerful. So what if at the top of that iceberg, there's just a field of, oh my goodness, I'm not quite sure, I'm just overwhelmed, whatever that thing is. And if we look deeper, and what he's calling us to do is to take a breath and acknowledge what's coming up right now in this moment. And if in that moment it's, I have a project deadline, okay, what's the choice with this project deadline? What's impacting me right now with that choice? Is it the choice to release that project because it's not for me? Or is it the choice to say yes to this project and maybe we pause these other areas in our life? But when we drill deep enough, the cloudy fuzziness of anxiety is really a field of choices that need to be made. What I'm bringing forward, I'm saying yes, yes to that. What I'm bringing forward is the choice is even more fundamental. It's even more fundamental. I want y'all to do me a favor. I want y'all to think back to when you woke up this morning, right? Take a second, see the bed, see the pillow, or the couch, wherever you fell asleep last night. I want you to see it. Now, I want you to imagine there's a video camera watching you wake up. Can y'all do that for me? Okay. All right, y'all still look cute. All right, it's all good. What do you see? Do you see yourself reach over and slap the alarm clock? Do you see yourself taking a deep breath? Do you see yourself reaching for the phone to check an email? What are you doing in that moment between eyes opening and then the day begins? What are you doing? Can I hear? What are you doing? You're able to watch yourself right now.
Getting my cat off the pillow.
That's right. Getting the cat off the pillow. What else we got?
I gotta feed her. That's why she's there.
Reaching for my phone. Getting ready to go to the bathroom. I heard that. Thank you, God, for another day. Yes, right. If I get up right now, I can cut the grass. Yes. What else? Christian, I'm with you. Turn over, try to get a little more rest. Except for us, we got 3 shorties that's like pulling at the bed, okay? Okay, come on. Gary said, looking at my beautiful lady. That's right. What I'm offering is there is this space, and what Esther Hicks says, it's in that space that we actually have an opportunity to create the experience we want. And what Esther Hicks says is if we do that enough, so that's day 1, day 2, next a week has passed, a month has passed, a year has passed, if we do this singular act, it becomes a practice. And that practice becomes a new vibratory state. And what am I talking about? There is a moment right when we're waking up. And y'all, I know I'm talking to my peers because what we do is we're up and then we start collecting the to-do list. I got to make sure I do that. What's left? What's lingering? What about this? That's right. That person got on my nerves last week. Right? We're collecting all the stuff. We're collecting the to-do lists. We're collecting the things that didn't get done. And also, guess what we're collecting, y'all? We're collecting the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. We're collecting the things that we didn't do. We're collecting all the muck. Can we say muck? Muck. Y'all, I love that word. It sounds like something else, okay? Right? But when you put muck on it, it just sounds like you're just stepping in, you know what, right? What Esther Hicks is calling for us is in that that pocket of space where we get to choose. I love what Hannah said. Gratitude, stillness, presence, joy, in that moment. And if we can do that moment, it sustains past that groggy into now when I'm getting the cat off the bed and feeding it, that joy is just there. And then it expresses itself further into the day. Next thing you know, you got your coffee. You got your tea with honey. And that gratitude has enveloped the entire hour. And the more it becomes a practice, we have an opportunity to have a whole new life. A whole new life. Because all of us, y'all, we have these moments where we are actively choosing that which no longer serves us. If we affirm that there is only love and there is only God, and we are the activity, the presence, the itness of that being, that means we are co-creators with whatever experience we desire. We are co-creators. And y'all, I was talking about the throat chakra as a disclaimer because I'm about to go somewhere, okay? Y'all get ready. I love Bill's face. Y'all get ready. If we are co-creators with God, did the devil make you do it? Did some evil force that kept you from doing the thing? Y'all hear me? When we are children, some of us didn't get the benefit of learning about Santa. Some of us knew early on that it was mama buying those gifts. Some of us knew about Santa and were in that field of imagination. For many of us, we understood Satan. We understood the devil. And y'all, it would scare the bejesus out of me and my sisters, and I know it scared y'all. It scared us enough to keep us coming back. Keep coming back. Because what we ultimately want to do, we don't want to go to that space, that bad place to burn for eternity. So what I got to do to keep that from happening, just come here and pay money, you got it. If I come here, right, and I'm surrounded by other people who care with me, okay, y'all, at least us, we got it. Right? Imagine, y'all, I'm not going to go there, but just imagine what that has done to generations of people. Now, here's the difficulty with seeing Satan, devil. The difficulty is we not only place our power for choice, we place our responsibility on something else. Because if we're able to say, the devil made me do it, or Satan was running amok today, y'all, Satan had me in his trenches. What we are able to do is to foretell any agency we have and give it to this other entity and see ourselves as what? Powerless victims. We are at the condition, the whim of forces. And y'all, I'm using throat chakra because all year long I knew this was coming. And my responsibility as spiritual leader, as minister, whatever we want to call this role as Reverend Ryan, my responsibility is to bring forward what is new thought, what is the foundation of unity, and what is truth with a capital T. And I understand that there are some times when I give a talk and it ruffles feathers because I get the emails. Okay. And sometimes those loved ones don't come back. But I understand that all of us, every last one of us, are on our own path toward evolving to our highest self over and over and over again. Every experience we've ever encountered has only brought us closer to our divinity, the fullness of who we are. Every experience we've ever encountered. The person who may seem to be the annoyance, or the, oh my goodness, that person is a teacher in that package just for you. And guess what happens, y'all? You try to move, and what do? There's a whole nother person that reminds you of who you ran away from. You like, you know what? I'm done with this relationship. He don't treat me right. I'm out of here. It takes you a while to get there, but you eventually get there. And what's the first thing you do? You find somebody just like them. I'm saying you, I'm also saying me. Right? What I'm getting at is we attract to us the experiences and lessons that are for our unique, tailor-made, custom benefit. Because what I need, Saratna doesn't need. What I need, Carla don't need that. Each of us are on these beautiful, nuanced experiences, and we happen to collect for this time, for this moment in this space, once a week. But every last one of us are on a unique path. And so what I'm getting at is if we are really affirming the truth of there is only God, there is only love, we have to reframe what we call evil. We have to reframe what we call evil. Now, in metaphysics, there is only creation, right? So in our throat chakra, or if your gut is telling you to do something, what you are actively experiencing is the response to your creativity. So if your throat is tight and you felt like you should have said something, that physical response is merely a documentary of what you're not letting out. You got me? So in the same way, if we are co-creators with God, that means that we can't send outside of ourselves our power, nor can we see somebody else as less than God. Y'all, this is breaking the machine. The minister said, what is evil? Y'all could go to Google right now and point to me and say, this is what evil looks like. And I'll tell you, that's not evil. That is a creative act. Y'all, this is some big stuff. We're fully in metaphysics land. If all of us are co-creators, if there is only God, that person in that community is not an abbreviation of God. That person or that community is not a fraction of it, and we're all of it. Those communities aren't a little bit separate from it, but we got all of it. That theology is the very theology that kept churches going. That we had the truth and bless them because they're not going to make it. Right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Right? for some reason, no matter what spiritual community you went through, they had the truth. And everybody else was wrong. It's like, come on, y'all. It's billions of us on this planet. You mean to tell me y'all got the truth? Y'all the only ones. Unity, this place, we embody unity. Because in this community right now, sitting in this room right now, are different faith walks that converge for one reason: to be in community, to love on each other, to not be, dare I say, dogmatized into a theology. My job is one simple thing, is to remind you of who you are. Because sometimes we forget, and sometimes we need to be reminded. Real quick, y'all, yesterday, Sally and I, we were doing kid shopping. I say Sally and I really mean Sally, me, Resin, Kenya, 7, okay? The whole tribe. So you can imagine what that looks like with us up and down the aisle. Okay, it's an experience. Just give your whole afternoon to it. So we're shopping, and I'm like, we got a plan. I'm gonna focus on Rez, Sally's gonna focus on the girls. And we, boom, split. And y'all, we rocked it, we reconvened in 2 hours, and we play show and tell. So I show her what I got, and she shows me what she has. And I say, Sally, this it? She said, I didn't have enough time. And I was like, okay, all right, let's work it out. And then later on in the evening, we got home, cute outfits, we're ready for school. And Sally says it again. I wish she was in here, she stepped out. She'll hear this later. She said it again. She said, yeah, I just didn't have enough time. And I say, Sally, you're right. You didn't have enough time. I had more than enough time. You didn't have enough time. And then she gets it. What she gets is that she affirmed the truth as she desired to experience it. She didn't have enough time. She said that these 2 hours is not enough time. And so what was happening, the experience she had in that store, was affirming the truth as she saw it. And y'all, whether or not, she won't call it a desire, she didn't want less time, but somewhere in her heart, somewhere in the subconscious, that reality crystallized into the material form. So she did not have enough time. Does that make sense, y'all? So when I say we are co-creators with God, and when I say there is no evil, there's no Satan, there's none of that. That's Santa Claus. What we are watching is a creative act. That is us in all of our potency, all of our power, all of our divinity, creating. I want y'all to do me a solid. What's something you want? It could be cheesy. It could be like a good lunch. Just give me something. A BMW, just give me something. Let me hear it. Christina, what you got? Come on, y'all, what you got? Lucy, let me hear it.
Stand-up paddler.
Okay, Health, I hear it. Don't get woo on me, y'all. What you want? Whatever that thing is, whatever it is, if it's material, it has a starting place. It has a starting place. Before it shows up in the material form, such as I didn't have enough time, so this happened. Or we got this new house, or whatever thing you're imagining. Before it shows up in the material form, it has a source. And that source is what? You. Us. Dramatic pause. Y'all see these eyebrows? If I could lift my eyebrows higher, it's us. It's us. And exactly what Lucy said, it starts in the feeling tone. Y'all, I want y'all to think about that space of joy and gratitude as an ingredient for a cake. It's simple ingredients in the cake. It's what? Sugar, flour, butter, what else? Eggs, cocoa if you want it. It's like 5 ingredients. My favorite is a pound cake, by the way. I want y'all to remember that, okay? I love pound cake. I wish Mary was here, okay? I love me a pound cake. Pound cake has 4 or 5 ingredients. 5 if you want to be fancy. An ingredient for manifesting in the material form is gratitude. It's an ingredient. And also, another ingredient is seeing it as reality. So before we even got to the store, Sally was aware she didn't have enough time. Before we even packed the kids up to head out, she didn't have enough time. She didn't have enough time. And so what do we think will be the material reality of it? Not enough time. I'm using this example, and this is such a simple example. We got everything we needed. Y'all, they are ready to rock, right? But I'm using this example as one tiny iteration of how we create. We are co-creators. There is no entity outside of ourselves that causes it. No, none. When we shuffle off this body, we will learn that there is only love. There's only that thing that defies language. And we have the expressed opportunity right now to experience whatever we desire. So I invite you, when you wake up, in that little pocket of time, when you can choose the to-do list, I am inviting you to choose gratitude. Maybe, Sanithia, on the way to the phone, I'm so thankful for this phone, right? Right? And then, I'm so thankful for this phone, I love this phone. And then, I'm so thankful for this phone, I love this phone. Let me find something to make me laugh, right? So we're gonna take it in stages. But know that that little pocket, that little space of us choosing can be the very shift in our lifetime. That little pocket. So what we talk about? Girl, listen, he was up there said, ain't no Satan. He said there's no devil. What? What church is that? It's not a church. It's a spiritual community. You can call it a church, but yeah. Where is it? I don't know, girl. I ain't going back. Whatever your story is, you got one to tell today, y'all. We all up in the throat chakra. Okay? The message is simply this. You are it. The message is simply that. You are it. I'll conclude with this. I love how Lucy just rocks because she's in the flow of spirit. Because the songs that come forward are exactly right. The song that Lucy gave us was I Am. And in unity, we use the Bible, we look at all spiritual texts metaphysically. And so when you see stories in the Bible, we're looking at the message for universal truth. For example, there's a story in what book is that? One book where Jonah is eaten by a whale, okay? Metaphysically, there's a way to interpret that. I come from a spiritual tradition where that happened. Like everything in the Bible is fact. Y'all got me? And many of us come from spiritual traditions to look at the Bible as a resource for fact, right? But in unity, we're looking at the Bible as a guide to learn, as with the Bhagavad Gita. and on and on and on. So when Lucy sings I am, what I want to leave us with is this. Moses, the story goes, wants to see God. There's a burning bush, and Moses gets freaked out, and Moses says, "Who are you?" And what does the voice say? I am that I am. And then Moses says, but for real though, I gotta go back to these people and tell them I talked to you. What's your name? And what does the bush say again? I am that I am. And then Moses didn't get it. One more time, Moses is like, all right, listen, bruh, I hear you. This bush is intense and I'm talking to something, but I need to tell your people that I spoke to you, as the story goes. What does the bush say for the third time? I am that I am. For us, when we say I am, we are summoning the creative energy of this entire universe. I am happy. I am full. I am healthy. How you doing? I am good. We are summoning the creative energy of this entire cosmos. So when Moses says, who are you? I am that I am. I am that I am. Every time you say I am, you're invoking the creative energy of all of who you are, which is God. So what y'all want to be? What y'all want to be? All that good stuff. So I'm going to ask y'all one more time. Y'all better not say, I'm tired, okay? Right? Or I had a rough week. You had a week, okay? Y'all got me? When we use I am, it's just a simple little tool. The other tool is when you wake up. There's that space. Let's take that in. If it's your practice, I want you to close your outer eye. Just take a deep breath for me. We are simply affirming that you are it. Now, we're going to sit in this space of music washing over us for a few moments. And in this meditation, I want you to affirm for yourself how you use I am and how you will use that space of possibility when you wake up. In this divine moment, we hold the highest degree of gratitude for the reminder of who we are. No longer victims of our surroundings or environment. No longer powerless to what we experience. Gone are the days will we see us. minimized by a force outside of ourselves. But we call forth and bring out who we are now. Not at some future date. Not when this thing works out, but now. We are it. Now. And so it is. So be it. It is done. Ashe. Aho. Last one, let's get it. Let's get it. Because we got some work to do. Let's get it. So we're going to shift gears into our giving. Thank you, Saradna. So I told y'all last week, I didn't quite understand why giving was so close to like the message, and now I understand. Our job is to infuse all this clarity into whatever it is we have to give, whatever it is. And so we're going to take our offering, whatever it is, and we're going to place it over our hearts. This is our heart chakra. This is our energy pool of compassion. And we're going to bless this because we have the power to bless. We're going to bless our offering. Repeat after me. We take this offering. May it nourish the fertile soil of our community called Unity of Gainesville. We bless and accept its full return in grace and perfect ways. And so it is.
Let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. Let's be together. Look how far we've come. Look at what we've done. Together we are strong and we will carry on. Tell me what you see. Truth of you and me. We can look into our hearts and see the love we bring. Love is all we are. Let's get together. Let's get together. Let's be together. Let's be together. We can reach the stars. We can reach the stars when we come together. When we come together. Let's be together. It's so fun to wake to this awareness, and we can play in our connectedness, and we see what we all have in common. Ooh, and it's so fun to realize our dreams and desires are so much more alike than we ever knew. The path we've walked before brought us to this open door. Full of possibility. Life is so much more fun than we ever realized it could be. Love is all we are. Let's get together. Let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. We get to be
Thank you so much, Lucy. As the kiddos prepare to come in, I want to do a quick plug. So we've been loving on our volunteers all summer long. And so I want to acknowledge we have a document. As soon as you go into what we call the ante room. There's going to be a little list of like the different groups that we have. So if you feel called to serve in any way, this is going to give you a breakdown in terms of these different areas. So we have AV, branding and marketing, building and grounds, care team, community service, decorating, on and on and on. And so if you're interested to bring your gifts and talents, we have this document that's going to be in the ante room. Okay. And here they come. Those snacks must be good out there, y'all. Listen. Here we go. Yes. We trickling in. Miss Gwen had the whole crew today by herself, y'all. So speaking of teams, if you love little kids, we gonna need some help over there, okay? We're getting bigger and we are bursting at the seams. So if you love kiddos, come on. Ooh, some artwork. Okay. Hey, what's up? What's up? Oh my goodness. Y'all got some artwork today. Miss Gwen, you was busy.
Well, we were going to have a contest to see who could freeze on the steps. And look at those people that are frozen. Wow. I can feel a cool breeze in here. Oh, there's another one. Oh, wow. I didn't think they could do it anywhere. And guess what our lesson was today? Will. Our will and God's will. And we made our soccer players. You want to hold yours up, Emma? Show them yours. And Charlie, there you go. And just because God gives us wonderful skills and talents, it's our responsibility in how we use them. He gives us the ability to run, but we're not going to run into the street. So we have to practice our will to be in line with God's. And what does it say on your soccer ball? My goal is to do God's will.
Thank you so much, Miss Gwen. So here we like to bless our kiddos. So if you could stand if you're able, and we're gonna rub our hands together. And I want you to imagine not just the kiddos in front of us, but our neighbors and nieces and nephews and grandkids who are not with us. And repeat after me, children. Children. You are perfect just the way you are. You are perfect just the way you are. The divine, magnificent, outpicturing of source. Everything you desire is yours. Everything you desire is yours. Because you and God are one. Because you and God are one. We love you. We love you. We really, really love you. And we love Miss Gwen. All right, y'all, let's circle up.
All right, y'all. The light of God surrounds us. We are light. The love of God enfolds us. We are love. The power of God protects us. We are power. The presence of God watches over us. We are presence. Wherever we are, God is. We are divine, and all is well. All right, y'all. One last thing. If we can look at the camera in the back above that closet, we have loved ones who are not able to be here, so we're going to send them healing thoughts. You are perfect, and we can't wait to wrap our arms around you. All right, y'all. Have a good week.